Yeah. Thankfully for me, the way that bread making starts is to contact this one over here and put in an order. Today, how many to order?
3 bread doughs.
3 doughs, which turn into 6 loaves for me. I'll let her explain what she's up to.
Technically, this is a fail-proof pizza dough recipe. This, each dough will make 2 pizza doughs, and then we just turn those into bread. And so it's pretty easy to make.
What are your main ingredients?
Water, yeast, honey or sugar, salt, olive oil, and flour.
Do you know where Mom got the original recipe from? No? So we'll frequently do homemade pizzas. This has been our favorite dough for that. And then we also just have such a good flavor, such a good base, that we like using it for bread. So I've been kind of getting into bread craft, just trying to make some different tasty ones. Right now, what I make I call the braided bread of happiness. And it's really good for sharing with people because with the way that it's woven together with the braids, it's really easy just to break a chunk off as you kind of pass it around the table. Today I'm going to be adding some sharp cheddar to it, and I just made something special. I think I need to make some more, which is some dried Egyptian walking onion greens. The Egyptian walking onions are amazing. They're one of my favorite garden plants. Just year after year after year, they give me more and more and more. And when you dehydrate them, it smells like some of the best like Italian seasoning in the world. I mean, I know Italian's normally like a oregano based and stuff like that, but this is just, it's so tasty in here. I absolutely love it. So I'll be grinding this up with a mortar and pestle and adding it to the dough as well. Maybe some jalapenos, some other stuff, garlic powder. But Pinky gets it started for me, and when she gets to where it's my turn, then I get to play with the dough she provides. So rather than going through the whole process 3 separate times, you just got 3 different bowls to do it all at the same time?
Yeah, because it's going to be faster.
Child, she's a busy girl. She's been doing even extra lessons on some of her school stuff recently, working on her education, and of course you like to have a little time on most days, or on days you can, to play with who?
Our pony and our cow and our other animals.
Yeah, so besides her regular help around here, she likes to give herself relaxation time too. So doing 3 at once, that was her idea, but that's smart. That's a good way to shortcut the process.
This one you can put your stuff in, and then I'm going to add the rest of the flour. And
okay, awesome. I will take that. She says this one's ready for me. Honestly, one thing that I've got to get better at with the way that I do things is measuring. I'm kind of less of a cook, more of a chef when it comes to stuff, meaning that it's not all recipes, it's not all, hey, exactly this much of this, well, we'll do it upright. But with this garlic powder, I think I'm going to put 2 teaspoons worth in, just regular generic garlic powder. So I'm going to do that with this, and then I'll be able to kind of tell where I went right or where I went wrong in the future, because I'll at least have a baseline knowing how things were. I'm also going to add some smoked paprika, because I like the smoke flavor, and paprika. And I'm going to add, do I do 1 or 2? I'm going to do one of those. And basically this dough is so good on its own. By the time you add some of this stuff, it just makes it so much better. If you start with something that you like, and you add things that you like to it, then what you wind up with hopefully is something that you like even better. So that's just kind of my goal in this. I want it cheesy, so I'm probably going to add 2 handfuls of this cheese in there. And this is sharp cheddar. I wasn't sure if I was going to go with a sharp cheddar or a pepper jack or something like that, but Sharp cheddar should have enough edge on it. And then here, these are freshly dehydrated. I just dehydrated them yesterday, I think, 2 days ago. But if I take them and I just crumble them in my hands, it just turns into the most sprinkly little guys. And the smell of this is incredible. It is so amazing. You wouldn't think it was just one thing. You would think this was some like incredible, amazing blend of seasonings, but it's just the walking onion greens, and it is so fantastic. Every year we grow extra in our garden, and every year we like to offer up some for sale of the extra bulb bills in our Etsy shop just to bless others with. And with all of our stuff, we try to offer things to people that if they do them and grow them well, that then they never need to grow them again, because they should be able to save their own seeds or their own bulb bills in this case. So that's just kind of all that stuff I added to that base Pinky gave me. And I hand that back over to her, but you can tell it's got a lot more colors and flavors than it started out with. Thank you, Pinky. Is there another one? Another one. Look at that. Okay, we'll go. That's the starting one again, right? And I'll show you where we go from there. 2 garlic powders. We like garlic anyway. Get some amazing garlic from the woods around here. Some wild garlic. It's just fantastic. And it's good for you. Smoked paprika. I think I said 2 handfuls of the shredded. And I got the finer shredded stuff just because I wanted it to be worked through there. And if you get the thick stuff, it'd be just kind of more globs of cheese throughout it. Hopefully I'm not overdoing the cheese here, but I'm from Wisconsin originally. We are big fans of cheese, so it's okay. And my favorite, I mean, this right here, I'll tell you what, if you just had the bread and this, these Egyptian walking onion greens, that would be enough, I think, to make just a lot of awesome happiness. I gotta save some for that last batch. I guess that'll be the cutoff. And then, while I still got time, and this is actually available year-round, these greens out there, so I can make more dehydrated stuff whenever I want. Let's look in here. There it is, just that pizza dough starter crust, smoked paprika, the garlic, the cheese, and now the walking onion greens. That's awesome. Is the third one done too, child? Mm-hmm. Whoa! Here you go. One for you, one for me. Awesome. And then what are you adding to it after this?
Just
more flour, right?
1 cup of flour.
Okay, so she's gonna add 1 cup of flour and mix it up.
And then knead it for 6 minutes.
Knead it for 6 minutes. And then I'm able to braid?
And then you are gonna braid it, it's gonna rise, and we're gonna bake it.
Okay. So she's just adding the final cup of flour into there and kneading it for 6 minutes. Then I braid it and we let it rise, and then we bake it. And there's a reason I call this the braided bread of happiness. It pulls apart so amazing. We're actually going to hopefully be fellowshipping with some friends, and I just wanted to bring over something that'd be easy to enjoy and pass around. And for those who don't mind bread, you know, don't mind gluten, don't mind carbs, that they could just grab a chunk off, enjoy it, and pass it. So I'm excited. Shared these with a friend of ours, and they were really appreciative of it, right? Mm-hmm. And he previously had a pizza restaurant, was his business, and they really took a lot of care in what they offered. So to impress him was a good thumbs up for me. And that's the rest of what I made. Look at that. That is cool too, because when it's this dry and brittle, boy, like I was considering mortaring and pestling it, but I don't need to. I can just do that. And then give it over to Pinky. Is it kneading okay with all that cheese in there?
Yeah, it's fine. I just have to get all the flour in it. And
Okay, cool. And that's a cool thing too, is that this is then, you know, a fun family project. She doesn't have to do all the work. I don't have to do all the work. Do you enjoy the work that you do?
yeah.
She made a dozen key lime pies the other day, and we met with some friends and just kind of handed out pies to a group of people just for fun, something to bless them with. And yeah. And how do you like the taste of this stuff?
It's really good.
Do you think that the braided bread of happiness is a good name for it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? Where are you? What about you? Yeah? Do you like it? Yeah, I could eat a whole loaf myself. In fact, that's what our friend said too, didn't he? If he had nothing else to eat, he would just eat that whole loaf. So, all right, she needs it, and then we'll, yeah, take care of it. Awesome. Awesome.
Looks pretty.
Yeah, you like it? And the cheese and the paprika make it look oranger. Now comes the time. Putting down a little flour so nothing sticks here. Just wash my hands, but I want them nice too. Kids, if you will not bump the table, that'll be beneficial. So now, look at that dough. It's kind of almost like a pumpkin, you know, pie color. It's got all that stuff going on in there, and it's absolutely beautiful. You little ones, can you go play in the other room and not take turns bumping the table? It is my workstation and my camera stand right now. So, all I'm gonna do with this dough is split it into 3 equal parts. Okay, I split it in half because that's going to give me my 2 loaves. And then I'm just going to kind of take it and cut it into 3 equal parts. I have actually taken these 3 equal parts then and made them each into 3 equal parts, and then braided each of these and then braided them together. But I didn't really like the result. I like the result of these guys being braided and having these nice portions that you can break off of the actual finished loaf. So here, got one. I'm just gonna make them all look alike. Yeah, that'd be good too.
And just get it into itself like this.
So the goal is just to make these 3 equals. By making them all equal, it'll be easy to braid. It'll be kind of consistent and uniform. Still easy to work with. Oh man, a lot of cheesy goodness in there. See that? This one's a little short, so I'm going to stretch it just a little more, and it looks like it may be less in there than the other ones. Children, could somebody just give me a small cup of water? So yes, since these two look similar, I'm going to put this oddball in the middle and start that way. And what I like to do when I have this cup of water here, I just take a little bit of water and I wet the ends, and then I stick them together, and it helps them adhere one to another so that they're held together when I start the braiding process. See if I can get you guys a better look at this. So if you don't know how to braid, you take your 3 strands and you do that. If that was too quick for you, feel free to, I'll put it in at part speed. And then again, I just wet the ends over here to help these adhere to one another. And this is basically my loaf of bread. I just got to let it rise and then bake it, and you can see, I mean, you can see where all those would pull apart real nicely. So that's going to be one of them. I'm going to have 5 more to make because I'm going to do 6 little loaves of this, but attractive, and even looks cooler when it's baked. So this is the braided bread of happiness before it rises and gets baked. One, 2, 3. I can't juggle. What is this? Wow. I was wondering what that smell was. It's my dough. Okay, here we go. We got the 3 again. Let's move those up into frame for you guys. A little bit like that. Again, I just wet these. By doing that, they adhere better together. The flour makes them not sticky. The water makes them sticky. And then I'm gonna do this one a little tighter than the last one. Then the flour again, or the water again. Very, very similar. I'll get these other ones going and I'll show you what they look like. This smells so good though. That's gonna be a hearty bread. I mean, it's gonna be, boy, I would love to take this warm and just hit it with a little butter, let that melt on it. We'll see. So right now we got Pinky greasing up some of those with butter, correct?
Yes.
And then here are these. You can see the ones I just finished are a little smaller than the ones I did a minute ago because they're starting to rise already. Pinky says we let them rise for 1 hour. So again, a nice orange color, all that green herbs in there. I hope I didn't put too much garlic in there, but that's why we're measuring, so we can actually tell. Either way, we'll definitely eat them. They look amazing. This will be the braided bread of happiness. So I'm gonna get these in these and let them rise on top of the oven for an hour as we wait. So again, just to not have stickiness, if I get a little bit of flour on my hands and I can pick up one of these and just set it in there, that's just kind of in there like that. It's got room to grow sideways and up, just not lengthwise. That'll help it fatten up, and we'll see how these do. Again, some of these are already kind of, I mean, this is, I can feel the difference. How light and kind of fat this is, and how, oh, can I flip it? Oh yeah, oops. Just kind of the difference there. But let's get this guy in. And yeah, look at that. So we're gonna let them rise for an hour. They're gonna be beautiful. I just, a while ago, just started braiding up the bread for fun, to try it. And really liked it. Really liked how easy it pulled apart. How nice it was to pass around the table at dinner. Or, you know, grab a piece, pass it to a friend. Just very easy, kind of finger food stuff. But yeah, these guys, wow, that's awesome when that starts rising like that. I like these. And child, just give me a flat one. I'm gonna try a really long one on this other guy. Just,
Cookie sheet?
Yeah, a cookie sheet. Because these other ones can cook on a cookie sheet in these things. And then this one, I just want
a big cookie sheet or small?
Well, I'm just gonna stretch it out. Just gonna stretch it out really nice and long, kind of like a baguette or a French bread. Oh, you want to grease that quick? No, just grease it, and that'll work. I'll just have it go across the long way. That'll be cool, a little different. Get some short, fat braided ones. Some that got extra braids. See, less braids, more braids, and then longer. Because if you want a longer braided bread of happiness, you can. You just make it longer. There's no ends to the happiness. I mean, there's 2 ends to the happiness bread, but there's no end to the possibilities. Make the ingredients. Add the ingredients that make you happy.
The longer it is, the more happiness you get.
Aww. I'm putting that across. Yeah. Yeah. All right, we'll let them rise. Braided breads of happiness. I like it. So Pinky just called me in. I was doing some chainsawing outside for another project. She just made these brownies. Now that they're out of the oven, she says I've got the opportunity. Preheated to 400 degrees. She says recipe calls for 15 minutes. She says, but she recommends 20. Let's see how those raised breads look. I'll start at 15, check them, then give them an extra 5 if we need. Here are the first two contestants. You see how loafy they look, but they also look kind of like monkey bread or something. You can see where they'll pull apart real easily. Those look great. These as well, they've definitely swollen up quite a bit. Pretty high, looking nice. And then here's these guys. That one looks similar to those other ones. Here's that big long one. It didn't rise as much down here. Probably just not as much dough. But this is our sample one to check the flavor of this tonight before we go share this with friends tomorrow. Let's get them in the oven. 15 minutes it is. Whoa, and so it begins. We got 15 minutes to happiness, Bug.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this bread?
Yeah.
Me too. Oh, yeah. That one looks pretty ready. Wow. I'm gonna call that one. Whoa, looks pretty good. I could probably give that a couple more. Looking good. Top. Not bad. Yeah, that looks good. Wow. If you're not careful, they want to break apart already. Oh man. So ready to be shared. Wow. Okay, we're gonna do like that. And we will give them a couple more minutes. But seriously. Oh, the braided bread of happiness. Wow. We'll give them an extra 3 and call it 18 minutes. Well, there they are, 5 loaves of braided bread of happiness, plus the sampler. I'm very curious. Oh, wow. Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. Of course, you want it to live up to its name, right? Yeah. Wow. That is so good. I'm gonna have Mama Pepper try some. Alright, little ones, braided bread of happiness. Yeah? Where's Mama? In the woods?
Down by the creek.
Alright, what do you think? Thumbs up?
Oh yeah.
Good. You're
Really
happy
good.
to have some tonight? For dinner?
Yes.
With dinner? And tomorrow? Thank you for your help. Fist bump.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Braided bread of happiness. Awaiting your approval.
That's really good.
Satisfactory.
Tastes herby
Yeah?
and garlicky.
Mm-hmm.
Just need a little bit of butter.
I know. There's some for dinner too. And 5 for tomorrow.
Yum.
¿Quién quieres? You too? Come over here, little one. Give it a try and see what you think. Give it a try, see what you think. Oh no, grab a piece. There you go, baby girl. Anyone like that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
What are you lining up for? More? Oh, I get it.
This is really good.
Oh, more? That's what I think. Whoa, you okay, little girl? Uh-huh, more. Darling, you're setting up a feast out here in the woods. Take a little bit for that buddy. Let's see what he thinks. Chili! Hey, little man. Hey! Hey! Do you like that? Whoa! You want to eat more? Mm-hmm. You want to eat more? And you like it too, son?
Yes, sir.
So anyway guys, by braiding it, it makes it easier to break apart into pieces when you're sharing it with family or friends. We like that. And of course, adding stuff to a good bread recipe that's going to make it better for you, like sharp cheddar, smoked paprika, garlic powder, those Egyptian walking onion greens. That just, it takes it to another level for us. We definitely appreciate it. I'll have the pizza dough recipe that we use for this. Feel free, and we can of course make pizza dough just like this too and then add things to it. Otherwise, if you got your own favorite bread recipe, try adding a couple different things, change the flavor a little bit, and braid it up. See how you like it. We definitely do. We'll see you next time. Papa out.